When people think of the Trump family, the first things that usually come to mind are wealth, luxury, and extravagance. Donald Trump, the former president, is no stranger to flaunting his riches, whether through golden penthouses, private jets, or a long list of branded ventures. But while the spotlight has always shone brightly on Donald, Melania, Ivanka, and even Eric, one member of the family has grown up more quietly in the background: Barron Trump, the youngest son of Donald and Melania. Now that Barron is officially 18, his lifestyle and possessions are becoming a topic of fascination. From golden cribs to million-dollar cars, his life reads more like a billionaire fantasy than a normal teenager's reality. Let's take a deep dive into the most jaw-dropping things Barron Trump owns and the lifestyle he leads. Barron's first flex, the $10,000 mini suitcase. Believe it or not, one of the earliest viral videos of Barron Trump dates all the way back to 2010 when he was just 5 years old. In this clip, one of the only two known public videos of him speaking, Barron is seen showing off a Louis Vuitton mini suitcase. What makes this even more fascinating is the model name of the suitcase, the Louis Vuitton President Case. At the time, the luxury item cost around $10,000. Now, whether the naming was a mere coincidence or a foreshadowing of his father's eventual presidency, people love to joke that Barron was either predicting the future or that he's some sort of time traveler. Either way, the fact that his idea of a toy was a luxury designer suitcase already set the tone for the kind of life he would grow up living. College life, Trump style. In 2023, Barron turned 18 and began attending New York University, NYU. But unlike most college freshmen who cram into shared dorm rooms with squeaky bunk beds, Barron's living situation couldn't be more different. Instead of dorm life, he resides in Trump Tower in Manhattan, in a space that most would consider a palace. Reports suggest that Barron has his very own floor inside the golden skyscraper. And when we say floor, don't think of it as just a large apartment. This level is essentially a private mansion suspended high above Manhattan. It has a full bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, and even a separate room for his personal maid. The entire thing is designed with the same gold-coated opulence that defines the Trump family penthouse. Barron has had this space since childhood, carefully curated by his mother, Melania, who has always taken a keen interest in design. While his classmates live in cramped NYU dorms and eat instant noodles, Barron dines in marble halls surrounded by golden accents. A royal baby shower, the $220,000 golden carriage. From the very beginning, Barron Trump's life was bathed in luxury. Even before he was old enough to form memories, he was being pushed around in a golden baby carriage, gifted to him during his parents' baby shower. This was not just any stroller. It was reportedly worth $220,000 and gifted by none other than talk show host Ellen DeGeneres. Designed to resemble a miniature version of the Palace of Versailles, the carriage was a statement piece, ensuring that Barron's earliest strolls were done in royal style. Although Barron clearly outgrew the carriage long ago, it remains a unique possession. He could easily sell it for a fortune today, though it's doubtful he'd need to, considering his net worth. Barron's watch collection, from Rolex to Audemars Piguet. For most kids, their first watch is something modest. Maybe a fun cartoon design or a basic digital Casio. Not Barron. His entry into the world of horology began with the Rolex Day-Date in gold, valued at $115,000. But that wasn't even his priciest timepiece. In fact, Barron is known to wear an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, valued at about $95,000. With its instantly recognizable octagonal bezel and elite status in luxury watch culture. The Royal Oak is the kind of accessory that quietly declares wealth without needing words. To put it in perspective, Barron is essentially walking around with the equivalent of a car, or even a small apartment, strapped to his wrist. For him, though, it's just another accessory in the wardrobe. An unusual gift, a Mongolian horse. Back in 2019, when Barron was just 13, he received one of the most unique gifts imaginable. During a diplomatic visit, the president of Mongolia, Khaltmaagin Batulga, presented the Trump family with a Mongolian horse as a gesture of goodwill. While it's not exactly clear what Barron did with the horse, or whether it was kept in the US or left in Mongolia, it's estimated to have been worth anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000. For most teens, getting a bicycle or maybe a new gaming console would be the highlight of their year. For Barron, it was a horse from a foreign head of state, the Golden Trust Fund, real estate, stocks, and the Trump Organization. Perhaps the most valuable thing Barron owns isn't a flashy car or an expensive watch, but his trust fund. When Barron turned 18, Melania reportedly negotiated fiercely to secure a substantial financial package for her son. Through this trust, Barron became a part owner of some of the Trump family's most prized assets. Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, estimated at $350 million, though Donald himself values it at $739 million. The Bedminster estate in New Jersey, spanning 30 acres and valued at $19 million. Stocks in major companies like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, Visa, Home Depot, and United Health. Most significantly, Barron also became part owner of the Trump Organization, alongside his siblings. The organization is currently valued at $1.7 billion. That means Barron, still barely an adult, already has a level of financial security most people can only dream of. Skincare routine: caviar creams worth $150. It may sound trivial compared to luxury cars and mansions, but one of Barron's most consistent indulgences is his skincare routine. According to Melania, Barron has been using caviar-infused moisturizer from a young age. These creams cost around $150 each, and he reportedly uses them generously, head to toe. It's this regimen that has people comparing him to Patrick Bateman, the obsessive skincare-loving character from American Psycho. Whether Barron adopts his father's famously orange-toned tanning style remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: he's committed to maintaining a flawless appearance. Barron's cars, a teenage supercar collection. As Barron has grown older, he's taken to driving. But unlike normal 18-year-olds learning in a used Honda or Toyota, his garage looks more like a billionaire's showroom. Some of the cars he has access to include Rolls-Royce Phantom, valued at $300,000, with interiors made of the finest leather, and even a volume dial crafted from 100-year-old meteorite. Tesla Roadster, purchased by Donald Trump back in 2012 for $200,000. It can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds. Ferrari SF90 Stradale, a $1 million hybrid supercar producing 986 horsepower, accelerating to 60 miles per hour in only 2.5 seconds. Lamborghini Huracan, costing around $350,000. This 600 horsepower beast is both luxurious and blisteringly fast. At 6 feet 9 inches, Barron is so tall that fitting into some of these cars can be a challenge. But when he does manage, the roads are his playground. Tailored suits, $30,000, Italian luxury. While Barron often dresses casually when the occasion calls for formal wear, he doesn't skimp on quality. Like his father, he favors Brioni suits, handmade in Italy. A ready-to-wear Brioni costs about $10,000, but Barron's tailor-made versions are estimated to cost $20,000 to $30,000 each. For him, buying such a suit is the equivalent of a regular person buying a $10 t-shirt from Walmart. Just another casual purchase. Taking to the skies and seas. Cars and watches aside, Barron also has access to some of the Trump family's larger transportation luxuries. Helicopters. The Trumps own 3 Sikorsky S-76 helicopters, fully customized and ready for private use. While Donald used Marine One as president, Barron could enjoy any of the private fleet. Yacht. Thanks to his trust, Barron is also a part owner of a $30 million yacht, complete with 4 decks, multiple elevators, a pool, a bar, and bulletproof glass for security. Inside, he even has his own private bedroom with an ensuite bathroom. Trump Force One, the family's Boeing 757, which is essentially a flying palace. Outfitted with golden seatbelts, bathrooms with gold-plated fixtures, a dining room, lounges, and space for 45 passengers, it makes even first-class travel seem humble. The billionaire teenager lifestyle. Taken all together, Barron Trump's lifestyle is nothing short of extraordinary. From golden cribs and baby carriages to multi-million-dollar estates and luxury watches, his possessions rival those of global royalty. Unlike many wealthy heirs who flaunt their riches publicly, Barron has maintained a more reserved public persona, largely due to his parents' protection of his privacy. But one thing is undeniable. Barron Trump is growing up surrounded by levels of luxury and privilege that most people will never even glimpse. Whether it's driving million-dollar cars, wearing $30,000 suits, or simply moisturizing with caviar creams, his everyday life is a stark contrast to the average teenager's.